Well, look what we have here. A video about Halloween pranks because nothing says spooky season like a bunch of people trying to scare the living daylights out of each other with DIY nonsense. I mean, who needs a haunted house when you can just watch someone trip over their own feet while trying to pull off a half-baked scare? Today, we're diving into the world of funny Halloween pranks by some mysterious entity called PaRaRa Challenge. Sounds like a recipe for disaster, if you ask me. I can already smell the desperation for views wafting through the air like a rotten pumpkin. So grab your popcorn, or whatever you kids snack on these days, and let's see if these pranks are actually funny, or just another excuse for people to scream and run around like headless chickens. Spoiler alert, I'm not expecting much, but I might be pleasantly surprised. Or not. Let's get this over with.
Today on PaRaRa, we're going to show you some cool Halloween pranks. It's going to be fun. What's that?
Oh, the classic waking up scene. Nothing screams originality like a guy struggling to get out of bed. It's like they think we haven't seen this a million times before. I mean, come on. How many ways can you show someone rolling out of bed? This is about as exciting as watching paint dry in my bog. If this is the highlight of the prank, we're in for a long, tedious ride.
It's Morty. Time to wake up.
Yeah!
Finally. It's time for my favorite fall holiday, Halloween. I even had time to get my costume ready. Also, I have a great idea how to scare Veda. I know, she's afraid of ghosts more than anything else in her life. So now, with this balloon, I know how to do some very interesting stuff. Cool. I like it. Ready!
The classic pumpkin slippers, because nothing says Halloween spirit like footwear that looks like it was designed for a toddler's nightmare. I mean, who thought this was a good idea? They look more like a bad joke than a costume accessory. If these are the heights of creativity, we might as well pack it in and call it a day. At least they're not as scary as the thought of wearing them in public.
And now, I'm on my way to Veda's room. Interesting. What's going to happen? Also, I have special gloves for her.
Now we're getting somewhere. A creepy glove that looks like it came straight out of a horror movie. This is the kind of ridiculousness I can get behind. It's absurd enough to be funny, and if it actually scares someone, well, that's just icing on the cake. Finally, a prank that might have some potential instead of the usual snooze fest. Let's see if they can pull it off without tripping over their own feet.
Oh, yeah. What's a prank without scattered candy? The final touch is left. I'm anticipating how thrilled she'll be with this green lick. Good. Oh, we have to remember to seal the door to the room.
Now we're talking. A door that looks like a brick wall. That's a clever little twist. It's the kind of prank that could actually catch someone off guard. I can just imagine the confusion when they try to open it and end up face first in a fox wall finally. Something that might actually be worth the hype instead of the usual drivel. If they pull this off, I might just give them a reluctant nod of approval.
The room. Oh, thanks. It's a brick wall. Good morning. Huh? What a horror! What happened to my hands? What a nightmare! I'll show Alex. Very funny.
Now we're getting to the good stuff. A colorful mess on the floor. That's the kind of chaos I can appreciate. It's like a toddler's art project gone horribly wrong. Watching someone try to navigate that disaster is bound to be entertaining. If they can pull off a reaction that's genuinely funny, I might just crack a smile, though I won't admit it out loud. Let's see how this unfolds.
What the hell is that? Oh, do I get out now? What do you think of my prank? I'll help you. at him. I do. He's going to love it when he sees the bloody prints on the towel. Here's the rat can. That's enough. Boo!
The classic boo scare. It's a timeless tactic that can either land perfectly or fall flat. In this case, it looks like they're trying to pull off a playful scare, and honestly, the enthusiasm is refreshing. If they can keep this energy going, we might actually have a decent prank on our hands. Let's see if they can keep the momentum without it turning into a cringe fest.
Yes! It looks very good. I did it. But that's not enough. Let Alex wash himself in the shower with bloody water too.
Now we're getting into some potentially messy territory. Pouring what looks like fake blood, that's a classic move for a prank. And if done right, it could really amp up the scare factor. I can just picture the reaction when they see that. Either a scream or a laugh. Depending on how gullible they are, if they pull this off without it looking too cheesy, it might just be the highlight of the video.
I'm looking forward to hearing him crying. And of course, first without a classic inscription on the mirror. It's all done. I did it. Well, it's time to go take a shower.
Well, here we go. A shower scene with a surprise twist. Fake blood spraying everywhere. This is the kind of over-the-top absurdity that can actually work in a prank. The shock on his face is priceless. If they can keep this level of creativity going, they might just turn this into a memorable moment. It's ridiculous, it's messy, and it's exactly what I signed up for. Let's see how this unfolds.
What is that? What horror! Help! Oh, maybe I'm imagining things. What the hell is that? And there's blood! What? Oh no! Someone is watching me! Help! Alex, how do you like my pranks? Not funny at all. I have an idea for a prank. I'm going to...
A cereal box, now that's an unexpected twist. It sounds like they're gearing up for something ridiculous, and I'm all for it. If they can turn a simple cereal box into a prop for a prank, it could lead to some hilarious moments. I'm curious to see how they plan to incorporate it. Hopefully, it's not just a lame excuse to fill time. Let's see what they've got.
Going to need a box of cereal and some milk to do it. Firstly, we do everything as usual. Let's take cookware. And add some cereals. Done. But that's not all. Without worms, the prank won't happen. Let's add these kitties to...
Well, a box of unicorn cereal, filled with what looks like red noodles. Now that's a bizarre sight. It's the kind of absurdity that could either be a total flop or a hilarious hit. If they're planning to use this as part of a prank, I'm intrigued. It's definitely eye-catching and could lead to some funny reactions. Let's see how they plan to pull this off.
Let's do the cereals. Oh, it looks really good. Theta, stop staring at her tablet. It is better to have breakfast too. Yeah, I agree. It's time. I like it. This is so good. Yeah, I like it too. Oh, it's so interesting. I just can't stop.
Now we're getting some interesting dynamics. The contrast between the focused tablet watcher and the carefree cereal muncher is amazing. It's like a classic sitcom moment where one character is completely oblivious to the chaos around them. If they can keep this playful energy going, it might lead to some genuinely funny interactions. Let's see if they can build on this setup.
Stop watching it. Give me some milk.
You.
Wish me good appetite. What? Where's the cereal moving? Ah! That's awful! Alex, are you okay? There was
A ground now that's a curious phrase. If they're hinting at something unexpected happening with the cereal, I'm all ears. It sounds like they might be setting up for a surprise or a prank reveal. If they can pull this off with some flair, it could lead to a genuinely entertaining moment. Let's see what they've got in store.
It was a prank. I got a great idea. I'm going to give Alex the scariest movie show ever. For this, I need to make a special table with a hole in the middle. Let's take a cardboard and cut out a circle on it. Then cover it with fabric and cut a hole. The main thing that this hole perfectly fits your head. I'll also need a bucket of popcorn.
A mysterious black box on the table. Now that's intriguing. It's like the setup for a classic magic trick or a prank reveal. I can already feel the suspense building. If they play this right, it could lead to a surprising or hilarious moment. Let's see what they're planning to do with this setup.
It will be the bait for Alex. Okay. I imagine how happy he'll be to see that face in the popcorn. Prank is on. Whoa! Popcorn! How cool. Also a horror movie. Now that's what I call Halloween.
Whoa, and now that's a shocking reveal. A face hidden in a box of popcorn. That's both creepy and creative. It's the kind of prank that could genuinely freak someone out, especially if they're not expecting it. This is the kind of originality I can get behind. If they can pull off the execution without it looking too staged, this could be a memorable moment in the video. Bravo.
Who's fighting in there?
What?
It's me. I want to eat you. There's a skeleton in the popcorn! Help! I knew that the prank was bound to work. In my opinion, it was genius. I need to think of something.
Now we're getting some serious attitude. That look says it all. She's not having any of this nonsense. It's the perfect setup for a comedic moment. If she can channel that energy into a clever prank or reaction, it could lead to some genuinely funny content. I'm curious to see what she's planning next.
Something else. Oh, yes, I know. What's Halloween without a pumpkin? Take a knife. Cut the top. And now we need to get rid of the useless two sides. That's okay. Now you have to color the pumpkin's face and make it as expressive as possible.
Wow!
And most important,
Alright, now we're getting into some crafty territory. Using candles for a prank or decoration can lead to some interesting results. If they're planning to incorporate these into a Halloween theme, it could add a nice touch of ambience or chaos, depending on how they use them. I'm curious to see how they'll pull this off.
you should place some candles inside your pumpkin to make its face look super scary.
Wow!
Now put all the candles inside. So, your pumpkin should be stuffed under your bed. Okay. Like it?
Now that's a relatable moment. The plea to be let out is both funny and a bit dramatic. It's the kind of over-the-top reaction that can really make a scene memorable. If they can keep this energy going, it could lead to some hilarious interactions. I'm curious to see how they'll wrap this up.
Yes!
Now all that's left is to make a bloody path to the bath, so Alex is sure to look under it. Let's use our favorite red paint. To do that, you just have to stain the soul of your Snickers with red paint. By the way, the paint is hard to wash off afterwards, so don't repeat this at home.
Let's go.
And now, let's make some bloody footprints.
Alright, now we're talking blood footprints. That's a classic prank element that can really amp up the spooky factor. It's a clever way to create a dramatic scene, and if done right, it could lead to some hilarious reactions from unsuspecting victims. This is the kind of creativity I can appreciate. Let's see how they execute this.
All that's left to do is wait for Alex. Yeah, that was good. What? What strange footprints? Who crawled under my crib?
What the? Huh?
Ah! What a horror! Help! That pumpkin is going.
Now that's a classic moment. The fear of a lurking monster under the bed is a timeless trope, and it's always good for a laugh. The exaggerated reaction adds to the humor, making it even more entertaining. If they can keep this playful energy going, it could lead to some genuinely funny scenes. Let's see how they build on this.
It's going to eat me! Ah! What a coward you are! Coward?
What?
So, it was you that It's not funny at all! Subscribe to PaRaRa, then you definitely won't miss any other exciting videos. Be sure to write in the comments which of today's pranks you like the most.
Well, here we are at the end of this Halloween prank roller coaster, and let me tell you, it stunk worse than my bog after a rainstorm. We started with a lackluster intro that promised some spooky fun, but honestly, I was ready to doze off before the first prank even hit. I mean, who knew rolling out of bed could be interpreted as a cinematic masterpiece? Spoiler, not me. As the video progressed, I begrudgingly acknowledged a few nuggets of creativity amidst the usual chaotic nonsense. I actually chuckled. Yes, you heard that right. When they brought out a creepy glove straight from a horror flick, it took a while to find any real inspiration, but that door that looked like a brick wall, now that's some clever nonsense that could catch even a grumpy old toad like myself off guard. In the end, while I may have raised an eyebrow or two, I still wouldn't go so far as to call it funny. Some moments had potential, like the over-the-top fake blood absurdity, but a majority fell flat, like trying to scare someone with pumpkin slippers. You can keep your trendy pranks. I'll take a good old-fashioned croak of disapproval any day. So, did this video meet my skeptically low expectations? Well, it surpassed some of my worst fears, and for that, I'll grudgingly give it a nod of approval. But don't go expecting me to start recommending this nonsense to my fellow forest critters. Now, before I hop back to my swamp, don't forget to subscribe to Toadally Unimpressed and like this video if you found my cranky commentary at least somewhat amusing. Because let's face it, someone's got to keep it real around here. Till next time, remember, Halloween might be spooky, but this nonsense, that's just downright ridiculous.